Oh my God, I never talked to Michael about any of this.
Hey.
So, I'm gonna get a little bit of a update on things. BCSO is losing their shit. Yesterday or the day before, they were sort of threatening, according to Princess, they were kind of threatening her with like, we're gonna quit type shit. You know, the same old bullshit, right? The cry bullying. Because they can't get what they want, which is insane, right?
It is, yeah.
And well, lo and behold, today I have on good authority that about like 20 of them were all at a house clocked in on duty. Second, they've pulled $2.5 million out of their account.
That one I knew already.
Wait, how'd you know that?
Because 2 members of the DOJ told me, and I had meant to tell you before I left, but I had to run out abruptly. But I had heard that right before Storm.
Oh my God! So what, bro? So this is like not our battle, right? But I do think we owe the support because what's happening to Princess is what happened to Pred. Right.
Exactly.
And it's happened to me too, right? To a degree, in the sense that, like, in a different way, they do it much worse, but in the sense that, like, you know, we give these people like some leeway to work with us, and if they're not fully on board, they go full, you know, full
nuclear. They go nuclear. Yeah.
And so my recommendation was, you can't play nice, right?
No.
Just as we weren't nice when we had to handle shit with LSPD. It's as simple as you got to slap them down, right? This is not. They do not get an equal voice, and that's the biggest mistake I think let's call it young new politicians make, is they say, you know what, we're going to give you an equal vote. No, it's not. That's not how it works. I'm going to tell you that it's not an equal vote. I'm going to tell you that you work for me. I'm going to tell you you're going to work for me because you work for the fucking people that put me in position, and that your job is a privilege. Now, you either get in line or get the fuck out, right?
Yeah, 100%.
And when you assert that authority, right, which is bestowed on you, then those that are going to understand that dynamic, you know, you keep them. The rest, fuck them, because they're just a detriment.
100%. 100%.
And otherwise,
unless you make that firm decision, the culture is not going to change.
Exactly.
Right. It's if you give in, you're setting the tone, much like the DOJ did for the BCSO. Come to us, we'll take care of you. You're setting the exact same tone.
Princess mentioned to me that she might need to make an emergency sheriff decision. So it's definitely getting a little spicy. I transparently feel bad for her making she's going through kind of what I did with LSPD. Which I don't know how much of that you were on the front seats for originally, but they're doing what these same people did this to me. Like, if you don't remember, like when I
remember the mass exodus. Yeah, I remember.
You do?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
It was bad. They were like, oh my God. It was like, you know, they started crying because I reneged on Vivian. Yeah. But a lot of it was like even to this day, there's a belief that because I said she was my top candidate and she pretty much had the job locked, like somehow she was owed it. It's one of the very odd, I don't know, but owed it to the degree that my other requests were allowed to be ignored. I don't know. Yeah. It was very, I don't know how to chop it up, but right. Then there was the mass exodus. Yeah. And now Princess is having to do it. Same thing happened with Pred, right? Like Tried to work with him,
100%.
and then he got fucked. She's got to throw the hammer down, the gauntlet.
Yeah.
Luckily, she's got Murphy. I think that's going to help a bit. There's another thing is Barrett is repositioning tanks. He thinks that there's a possibility they may do some wild shit.
The BCSO?
Imagine you're clocked in and there's 20 of them and they're all talking about quitting and they've already moved a bunch of money.
I didn't know that they were in a shared garage. I assume that the marshals had those under like lockdown.
Keep it to yourself, but I don't know the details.
Jesus.
But I think he might be overthinking it. But at the same time, he's not wrong to have that level of concern in the sense that, in theory, if they're going to go out, they might try to go out, right?
Well, and yeah, if you think about what's the worst that can happen from Barrett's
Barrett's
standpoint, he just wastes his time.
He just wasted his time,
happens,
exactly.
That's nothing, yeah. Jesus. You're right though. You know what, Nino? It's that sense of entitlement is 100% what it is.
Yeah. Separately, I'm considering letting Turner know that there needs to be a hard transfer freeze because he cannot enable a mass exodus. Let them hire them in a month, right? If it's an issue. But they need to actively be working with the PD. If they get fired as a consequence, right? Let them come in 30 days. I cannot let I cannot let Princess have what happened to her happen to. I don't want what happened to LSPD to happen to BCSO, where they're doing a restructure and people leverage these transfers in a very unhealthy way. So.
Yeah, I remember. It was en masse, and there was real concern that shifts wouldn't even be able to operate because of how many people were maliciously transferring out. Hopefully, it doesn't happen again. But I mean, the precedent's been set, right? They've done it once; they'll do it again.
Second, let's make a preemptive bill. Like, actually, this will be a good one. Is let's bring the accounts under our name, and we'll push it forward. I think tomorrow the bill stuff goes through, and that'll be one of the first ones we cook out.
Yeah, easy. I can draft that tonight.
If it gets contested, we can make an argument. Actually, let them contest it. I would love for them to make that argument in arbitration.
Yeah.
And that's why I did it, right? Like, we stand on the side of truth and logic.
Yeah.
And if someone wants to contest it, by all means, come through. We'll hold an arbitration hearing. I want to hear their side, right? And and it's that simple, right?
Well, I think we can defend our argument. We have 9 months of evidence as to why it hasn't been working out. So,
separately, if you could please FOIA the last 9 months of the LSPD and the BCSO account.
Yeah.
We want to let's get an understanding where funds, how much is coming in, how much is coming out, and I think that's good for us because. With all this shit that's happening right now, we can effectively make this is very useful.
Yeah, okay. I can do that.
All right. Hell yeah.
Alrighty.
Anything
I got to
else?
get to a polling station in about 5 minutes. So.
Oh, my God. All right. Best of luck, brother.
Yeah. Okay.
All
We'll talk to you later.
You take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.
I forgot he has to go to the elections.
Yeah.
Just for if it's helpful.